Hey, welcome to Events 101 for SongBoard. So if you're not familiar, SongBoard is a portal for DJs to share events with their hosts so that the hosts can pick out songs, answer questions, and share the event timeline. So the most fundamental thing in SongBoard is events. And so here you see that we're logged in on SongBoard and we're on the events page. This is the first page you'll see when you log in. And you can see that there's no events made right now, but this will ultimately be mission control for you as a DJ. You'll see the current events, the past events, and the events that are upcoming here. All events have a status associated with them that just tells you, if they're a draft, if they're upcoming, or if they've already completed. You can click this little info icon up here to read more about event status. But let's get right into it and see how we can go about creating an event. So easy enough, you just click this add event button here, and then you just have to enter a name. We got Kate and Adam's wedding for a wedding event, and you can choose to use a template. This will save you some time. Basically, it'll pre-fill a bunch of information for you. In this workspace here, we have not created a template yet, so we'll just leave this blank, but we'll have another tutorial where we'll show you how to make templates. So go ahead and click save, and we'll create your first event. All right, so the page that we see right here is the overview page. You can see that we've moved over to an area where everything here is about the event. We're no longer in the admin dashboard. Now this is all about Kate and Adam's wedding. So here you have the first page that you as a DJ and your host will see. You can upload an event image. You can set the name. You can set the event location or the venue. And this is through the Google Places. So you can choose the venue here and it'll show up on a map. And then you have 3 dates. You have the start at time for the event, the ends at time for the event, and then the time that the DJ should arrive. And as you fill out these times and the location, these other boxes here will become visible as well. So in this box here, you'll have the event countdown, various countdowns for when the DJ should arrive, when the event starts, things like that. And here you'll have a map of the venue. And then here you'll see the hosts. So yeah, this is the page where basically you'll first land and you can navigate to everything that you need for the event here. The first experience that the host would go to is the board page. So we'll go ahead and click that. And you can see here that our board has no cards on it yet. This is because this is a brand new event and we didn't start from a template. And just a little explanation, cards are basically parts of the event or just sections of the board where you want to collect information or you want to share information with your hosts. The easiest way to understand is to go ahead and create a card. So we can create one here. I'm going to pick one for the ceremony. Easy enough. And you can toggle these sections here. You can turn them on and off. To get started, I think we should just leave them all on so we can see what they look like. Okay, so you can see I added the card, and you see it show up on the board. You can click it, and you can scroll here on the card panel to see all the sections, and we have them all enabled. So here you have a time section where you can set the time where the ceremony starts. You have the song section, which is used primarily by the host to pick out songs for the ceremony. And then you have a Q&A where you as a DJ can ask questions. Things like, do you need an extra microphone for the ceremony? Yes or no. Those sorts of questions can go in here for your host to fill out. And then there's a free-form notes section where you can just put any sort of text, and it's you can use these formatting options here. There's a bullet point list, there's bolding, typical things you'd see. Yeah, let me just show you real quick just how it looks to add a song. So we'll click Add Song, and we'll search for Vitamin String Quartet, a classic for a ceremony. Yellow, We'll add yellow, we'll add home. And you can see that these songs are added here, and they're also added on the card here. This is just to give you a quick overview when you're looking at the board, because you'll have a lot of cards in a normal event, and this is just a nice way to say, hey, there's 2 songs here. And as you fill out other information, you'll see a little mini box show up here too for other things like the time, which we can set right now. Let's set it to 4:30. Okay, so you can see the times there. And we got the songs. And if you want to pick a song as must play, you just click here. And then the DJ will know that it's marked as must play. And we could go ahead and add some other things too. Like here's the question section. We could have a yes or no. Do you need an extra mic? And then we click save. And our question shows up, and the host can answer here. And then we see this card has 1 question listed here. Same with notes. Anything we should know? Not very useful question, but just to show that it shows up here as well. So yeah, this is just an overview of the cards panel, what you can do with that. And of course, you can add multiple cards. So here we can add one for cocktail hour, and you can see here it shows up on the board just like the other card, and we can move it around. So there we go. And another thing is you can see we enabled all the sections again. You can actually change that after you've created it by clicking this Edit Sections button. And let's just say that we only want to know the songs for cocktail hour. Then we'll just disable these other sections, and we just have the songs here. So it's up to you, however you want to hide the sections or show sections. And one more thing I want to show on the board page is the title cards. So you can add cards that are that you don't click on, but they're just for organizing the board. So I'll show you one for ceremony. So I created a title called ceremony, and it's basically a way of isolating certain cards as being part of one section of the event. So we could create one for ceremony, and we could create one for the cocktail hour, assuming we've got a couple cards that might go with the ceremony. We might have some at the beginning of the ceremony, some at the end. So it's a way of making little sections that just to organize the board a little better. So let's go ahead and move on to the people page. This is where you'll find what DJs are at the event and which hosts can log into the event. And you can add a host here. And all you got to do is enter their name and email address. And then you have a choice between sending, SongBoard can send an email invitation on your behalf. Otherwise, we will provide a link for you to copy and send to the host. And you'll just want to decide what you want to do there. Some DJs like to send the link directly. If you already have a relationship with the host, maybe like if you have them on Facebook or if you have them on WhatsApp or you're texting them or if you just want to send them an email through your own email address, you can uncheck this, then add the host, and you'll have a link. Yeah, I'll go ahead and add one just for fun. So we'll add John Smith. And I'll show you what it's like if we don't send the email. So you can see that we got this link, and this is the link that we can send to the host to make their account. And you can see that they show up here under the hosts. And now they can log in. Once they respond to the invitation that you send, they'll be able to log in, see the board, and add cards, add information to cards, etc. Now let's go to the last page, which is the settings page. And here you have just some miscellaneous things. So you have the event link. So this is just a link to the overview page. It's useful, if you already have a client that has a login and they maybe forgot how to access the event, you can just send that to them. But you do have to make sure that they already have an account, so you've already invited them and they've responded to the invite. And then also we have the export, the PDF export option here. So you can click this export button and it'll create a PDF file that has all the information from the overview page and the board and all the cards on the board. So that includes all the questions, notes, songs, and the timeline as well. Great. So that concludes Events 101 for SongBoard. One thing you might be wondering is how do we get back to that admin dashboard that we started at? Well, you just press this back to dashboard button on the top left. And here you see we're back in the admin dashboard, so you're free to create another event or check out some of the other pages. So I hope this helps. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.